Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
Good afternoon from sunny Toronto. We hope you're all keeping well. And we see some of our usual suspects. Our family is here. So thank you all for joining us, as per usual, for FreePlay Fridays at 4.
We're excited to give you an all acapella program today. For those of you who have been watching this is now episode 28.
My goodness.
And this year in 2021, we've decided to up our production a little bit. We've got some new cameras, we've got some new lights, so we hope you enjoy the show. As always, don't forget to listen in on your headphones because we are giving you studio quality sound and we want you to have the best experience possible. We're doing this as a pay-what-you-can model.
Right.
As you can see, the information is down there if you're interested in supporting. If not, we're just glad to have you here.
Absolutely. We made a show. We created a show of about 1 hour that is called Acapella Around the World. And it's something that we actually debuted at the Adelaide Fringe Festival a couple of years ago. And we did a different version of it, a slightly shorter version of it at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, or as Edinburgh Festival Fringe. And we're happy to bring you yet another iteration of this particular Acapella Around the World program. Now, there is no rhyme or reason as to why we hopscotch from one country to another or one continent to another. We just go where the wind blows us at this point. And of course, doing it from our living room is a very interesting reality check for this year and this time.
Of acapella around the world without actually really going around the world. I'm just going to check a couple of things. I'm seeing that somebody is saying that they're hearing an echo. So Suba, keep chatting. I'm going to see if I can sort that out.
I'm going to keep on chatting with you. So yeah, as we said, it's a tricky thing trying to figure out, how to deal as a live musician, as musicians who make a lot of their living touring and doing gigs at venues that are now being shuttered by the day, it seems, which is always a very tricky thing as well. But we hope that shows like this help to keep the spirit alive when it comes to music making and music enjoyment as well.
All right, update on the sound issue. Apparently there's nothing wrong from our end. So I believe it's Jane Schultz who is watching. And Jane, if you're having an issue, just maybe check the settings on your information. If you have if you're watching this on more than one device, for example, watching on your laptop and commenting on your phone or something like that, sometimes that can create an echo. So just check out some of that stuff. After 28 shows, we've dealt with just about every kind of sound anomaly that we can get, and she says it's working better now. So it looks like we're all good.
Fabulous.
And just a quick shout out, Joe Edison is here with us.
Oh, fabulous.
From the Swingles. We have a little piece of greatness joining us on this show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Joe. Lovely to have you here.
All right, Suba, did you set up the next piece while I was talking?
I didn't.
Okay.
I just went on and on about other things that were on my mind in the moment.
In that case, we're going to start the show in Germany, and this song is very, very special for us. In addition to being vocalists, we're also piano players and multi-instrumentalists. We share a long, long time love of Johann Sebastian Bach, and one of the very first pieces we ever performed together as a duo was a piece that's actually written for piano. It's from the Well-Tempered Clavier. We're going to give you, starting off in Leipzig, Germany, this little tour around the world. This is Bach's Prelude number 9.
Can't go wrong with a little Johann Sebastian Bach. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. And yes, we've been performing that piece since 1996, I believe.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It has been a long, long time that we've been singing together.
Indeed.
Singing together for over 25 years, married for over 20.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
It's pieces like that that really bring people together, you know? It's like right brain, left brain, in this case, right hand, left hand.
We started by sight reading this piece where I would sight read the left hand and Sue would sight read the right hand. And then we just sort of said, well, what happens if we sing this? And that's not only how that particular arrangement was born, in some ways, that's how this duo was born.
Indeed.
I think.
I would agree.
I'm going to shout out to Joyce Glasgow, who's joining us. Joyce is a recent friend of ours who first found us on Vocal Gumbo, the show that was hosted by Lauren Kinnan and Janice Siegel from New York Voices and Manhattan Transfer, respectively. We had the pleasure of being on Vocal Gumbo and their year-end show on December 30th. And Joyce, if you want to, Joyce runs a couple of websites that are basically sort of collection places to find out more about great music, and she invited us to let people know about this. Joyce, if you want to, by all means, throw some information about your organizations in the chat. We love to spread the art around. We love to spread the love around. So if you've got something coming up, or if you just want people to know about the site, please drop the information there, and we'll be glad to have our friends here.
That's fabulous. Welcome, Joyce. That's really great.
All right, we're going to move, well, because, you know, sometimes Germany's a run out. It's a long way for us.
That's
but
true.
We're going to take ourselves back to Canada,
We are
if I'm not
indeed.
mistaken.
Yes, and here's what we like to say about this song. Well, it comes from Calgary, Alberta. And, you know, both Dylan and I are well-studied when it comes to music.
We have master's degrees.
We do. Oh, yeah. You can see we take ourselves extremely seriously here. And with those degrees, those many degrees that we have, we decided to create some more interesting, more inspiring vocal syllables. This one is for the banjo, and it goes a little something like this.
Flunky dunk flunk, ka flunky da flunk, flunky dunk, flunky dunk, flunky da flunk, flunky dunk flunk, ka flunky da flunk, flunky dunk, flunky dunk, flunky da dunk,
Awesome. I sort of wish I had a cigar. Yeah.
It does have a little bit of that kind of thing about it,
A little
doesn't it?
Groucho, yeah.
So for those of you not from Canada, you may know Neil Young, Anne Murray, Joni Mitchell. For those of us in Canada, we all probably remember the Stampeders, and if we don't remember the band, we remember the song. This is just a delightful little number, and this one is called
Sweet City Woman.
flunky dunk flunk, ka flunky da flunk, flunky dunk, flunky dunk, flunky da flunk, flunky dunk flunk, ka flunky da flunk, flunky dunk, flunky dunk, flunky da flunk, flunky dunk flunk, ka flunky da flunk, flunky dunk, flunky dunk, flunky da flunk, flunky dunk, ka flunky da flunk, flunky dunk, flunky dunk, flunky da flunk, flunky dunk flunk, ka flunky da flunk, flunky dunk, flunky dunk, flunky da flunk, flunky dunk flunk. The funky da flunk, funky dunk, funky dunk, funky da flunk, funky dunk, the funky da flunk, funky dunk, funky dunk, funky da flunk, funky dunk, the funky da flunk, funky dunk, funky dunk, funky da flunk. Well, I'm on my way to the city lights, to a pretty face that shines her light on the city nights. and I gotta catch a noon train. I'm gonna be there on time. Oh, it feels so good to know she waits at the end of the line. Sweet, sweet city woman, I can see your face, I can hear your voice, I can almost touch you. Sweet, sweet city woman, oh my banjo and me, we got a feel for singing. Yeah, yeah. Bon, c'est bon, 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 c'est bon, 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 c'est bon, 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 c'est bon, 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 c'est bon, 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 c'est bon, 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 bon. So long, ma, so long, pa, so long. Neighbors and friends, like a country morning, all snuggled in two. She's got a way to make a man feel shiny and new. And she's singing in the evening old familiar tunes. And she feeds me love and tenderness and macaroons. Sweet, sweet city woman, I can see your face, I can hear your voice, I can almost touch you. Sweet, sweet city woman, oh my banjo and me, we got a feel for singing. Sweet, 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 sweet city woman, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. 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 Sweet city woman, sweet, 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 sweet city woman, sweet, sweet city woman, sweet, 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 sweet city woman, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da.
Yeah, the Stampeders. Sweet City Woman. And I can't stop saying this. My favorite lyric of all time. She feeds me love and tenderness and macaroons. You can't go wrong with a gal like that. That's real love. That's a sweet, sweet, sweet kind of love.
Best way to a person's heart is through their stomach.
Right? Or through their cavities? No, that's just gross. I don't know. Okay, what's happening next?
We are going to take us from Canada. We're going to fly straight south to Brazil. We do have to give a little side note on this one.
Yeah.
For those of you some of you have heard this story before, but of course, as the pandemic was coming crashing down around us in mid-March, Suba and I were in Brazil. We decided to go there for a nice little vacation. We had a great time. In Sao Paulo. We get to Rio, and we find out that everything is closing. Flights are being canceled, the borders are closing, and so we spent our time in Rio not checking out samba music like we thought we would, but mostly huddled in our little apartment, desperately trying to change our ticket to get home.
Or swimming in the ocean to basically take our minds off of being on the Air Canada hold for 5 or 6 hours each day for about 5 or 6 days.
That's right. It became a full-time job just trying to get home. And the good news is we managed to get home before the borders slammed shut. And then about a month later, this whole series was born. We started this, as I mentioned, we're on episode 28. We started this on April 17th, thinking, we'll do this for 5, 6, 7, 8 episodes. Now it's 28. all that to say, we are taking you to Brazil, virtually this time. And this is a nice little tune to explain what we're doing here. For those who are new, what we're doing is called live looping. So you're not hearing any backing tracks. Everything that we're performing is being done right in front of you, live, in real time. We're using some technology, which is conveniently located off stage, to record our voices while we are singing. And that allows us to layer parts. More parts, more parts, and more parts. So what started off as 2 voices can get up to 16, 20 if we're feeling fancy. And we're going to use this tune as a nice little mechanism to sort of explain how this works and how we put one of these songs together. So we're going to start with this tune by putting together some drums.
And this is the first of several dance tunes.
So now that we've got our percussion, we're going to add 4-part harmony, 1 bass part, and 3 guitar parts, like this. But this song has 2 sections to it, so now we have to add the 4 harmony parts for the next section of the song, like this. So now we've got all the parts we need for this particular song. This is a dance song, so make sure you get out your dancing shoes and sing along with us. Oba, oba, oba. Oba, oba, oba. Mas que nada, sai da minha frente que eu quero passar. Pois o samba está animado, o que eu quero é sambar. Este é samba que é misto de maracatu. É samba de preto veio, samba de preto tu. Mas que nada, o samba como este é legal. Você não vai querer que eu chegue no final. Oh, areia, areia, oba, oba, oba. Oh, oh, areia, areia, oba, oba, oba. Oba.
A little mashkanada
Thank
for you there.
you.
Hopefully you were dancing along. As I started saying before we began the tune, we have one of a few songs that I consider dance tunes. Some are very obvious dance tunes, and some are just kind of upbeat numbers. And as you can see, Dylan is being the technical director here. You probably saw a couple of funny little moments. As we said, we're experimenting with some new things here, some new lights, some new backdrops, some new cameras, rather than using our iPhones. As you know, in earlier days, once upon a time, we used iPhones, iPads, and laptops, and we're still using almost all of those things, but we've replaced the iPhones and iPads with some real fancy schmancy cameras.
All right, and we have got them up and running again.
Fabulous. I love it. So that was obviously Mashkanala, and we're going to continue now with a tune by Marvin Gaye that sadly could not be more appropriate or more relevant for this time. For those of you who saw the little teaser commercial that we put out, we talked about how this week has been really tough. It just feels like the world turned upside down, particularly south of the border, as most of the world knows.
And so we often feel that it's sort of it behooves us as artists to do something. And what we can often do is sometimes we talk, sometimes we shout, sometimes we preach, sometimes we just provide a space for people to feel good and to process whatever they have to go through in a nurturing and loving environment. And in this case, one where you can sing along. And we want you to sing your heart onto this one, because as much, if not more so than any other time that we've sung this, we feel this song has particular resonance these days. This is Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. Mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. Oh, Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some understanding here today. Painted lines, brother, and picket signs, brother. Don't punish me, brother, with brutality, brother. Oh, talk to me, brother, so we can see, brother. Oh, what's going on? 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 Everybody thinks we're wrong. Well, but who are they to judge us? simply 'cause our hair is long. You know we've got to find a way to bring some understanding here today. Sing with us painted lines,
sister,
and picket signs.
Sister,
Don't promise me,
sister,
with brutality.
Sister,
Oh, talk to me,
sister.
Oh, you can see,
Sister,
oh, what's going on?
Oh, what's going on?
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 Ooh, yeah.
For those of you who are in the United States, our hearts are with you these days. We hope you make it through these trying times as best as you can. Love to all of you.
Love to all of you, indeed. Be safe, be well. Deep breaths, and compassion. Compassion is what we need, and love, of course, is what we need always. Thank you for joining us on that one. We really felt your energy there. Okay,
I think we're going to move on to some Michael Jackson.
Yes, we are. We're going to stay in the U.S. With our little trip around the world here. This is a beautiful piece, kind of a B-side, if you will. It's not quite as well known as some of his other work, but this is a beautiful tune. I absolutely love it. It's kind of a soul R&B, laid-back love song, and we hope you enjoy it. That's not the one. Something else is in my ears.
Give me one little second here.
Sure.
Some buttons are not working the way they're supposed to.
Oh, interesting. So we're using something called Ableton Live for those of you who haven't heard us before, and so it's always very interesting, right? To a certain extent, you can really trust technology, and sometimes you have to, sort of on a wing and a prayer. And I just got the thumbs up sign, so here we go. Butterflies. Go, 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 go,
keep me wondering why, when all I can do is sigh. I just wanna touch you, baby. I just wanna love and touch and kiss, and I wish that I could be with you tonight. Oh, you give me butterflies inside. All I got to say is I must be dreaming, can't be real. You're not here with me, still I can feel you near to me, baby.
I caress you, let you taste us, just so blissful. Listen, I would give you anything, baby, just to make my dreams come true. Oh, baby, you give me butterflies. I just want love, touch, and kiss, and I wish that I could be with you tonight. Oh, you give me butterflies inside. I just want love, touch, and kiss, and I wish that I could be with you tonight. I
Just wanna be with you,
baby, inside.
If you would take my hand, baby, I would show you, guide you to the light, babe. If you would be my love, baby, I would love you till the end of time. I just want love, touch, and kiss, till the end of time. Till the end of time.
Squeeze me tight. Come closer, baby.
Just wanna be with you tonight, baby. Just wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you.
Squeeze you tight.
I just wanna love and touch and kiss, and I wish that I could be with you tonight. Oh, you give me butterflies inside.
A little MJ there.
Man, it's been a long
Little
time
down
since
dirty
we've done
with that one, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's been a long time, and man, I miss that tune.
I miss that tune too. It's
Yeah.
been a very long time. For those of you who have been keeping count at FreePlay Fridays at 4, it was definitely in our last round of FreePlay Fridays, and I think it was fairly early on. We may have done this once, maybe twice. I know we had a request from Christine Liu in Vocal Asia, an amazing acapella organization out there. And after that, I think we did it one more time, but that was it. For some reason, it landed on the B-sides.
Yeah,
which
it landed
is
on the B-sides.
exactly.
So a deep cut today. We are going to move you to, well, actually a few different places, and I do have to tell my international story. When we're not stuck here at home because we can't fly, we like to travel around the world, and all of the songs that you have heard have been inspired by the many places around the world we've had the fortune of being. Perhaps the most surreal time that we performed this in the former Houses of Parliament in Singapore, which is now a wonderful concert venue. Now, Singapore itself is a multicultural city. We come from a multicultural city. We are a multicultural group. And in Singapore, we are looking out there, and we're seeing a combination of Chinese people, Malay, and some South Indians in the audience. And we realized that we were singing this song, which is a song by two Canadians sitting in the middle of Singapore, singing a song in Neapolitan about what it is to act like an American. And that's when we realized we had finally gone global.
That's it. The cultural mosaic was there. We were creating it.
This is a fun little piece. We love doing this one, and this is another one that we haven't done in so long. Actually, we're going to match this up, not only a piece from Napoli, but also another piece from the U.S., to throw that one a little Ray Charles thrown in the middle.
But first, we start with a little bit of the ridiculous before we go to the sublime.
That's right.
And ridiculous.
Shall we?
We shall.
Can we see each other? Yes, we can.
We can. Look at that.
I see the young people of today. They're walking around with the pants hanging down their ankles, the ball caps turned sideways. You people should be proud of where you come from. So why do you feel like you have to act like an American?
Tu vuoi fare americano, americano, americano. Siéntame che do fa fa. Tu vuoi vivere alla moda, ma si bevi whisky and soda. Poi siente di sta tua ballo rock and roll. Tu gioca al baseball, ma è sorti per camel. Chi te le dà la borsetta di mamma, tu vuoi fare americano, americano, americano. Ma sei nato in Italia, siéntame, non c'è sta niente a fa. Ok, Napolita, tu vuoi fare l'America, tu vuoi fare l'America, tu vuoi fare l'America, tu vuoi fare l'America.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. What you say? Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more.
What'd you say?
Oh woman, listen what I say. I'll be back on my feet someday. Don't care if you do, cause understood. You ain't got no money, it just ain't no good. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. What you say? Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more.
Tu vuoi fare americano, americano, americano. Siéntame che do fa fa. Tu vuoi vivere alla moda, ma si bevi whisky and soda. Poi siente di sta tua ballo rock and roll. Tu gioca al baseball, ma è sorti per camel. Chi te le dà la borsetta di mamma? Allora, tu fai americano, americano, americano. Ma sei nato in Italia, siéntame, non c'è sta niente a fare. Ok, Napolita, tu vuoi fare America, tu vuoi fare America, tu vuoi fare American. Hey! So fun. It's been such a long time since we did that one as well. It was so fun that my ears they fell out. Well, not my ears, but my earbuds.
Debbie Fleming is joining us. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
And Debbie said so many fine memories of Edinburgh. And yes, Debbie, we thoroughly agree. We had the opportunity to perform at Edinburgh Fringe a couple of times, and one of those times we did it as a double bill with FreePlay, us, and our group with Debbie Fleming called Hampton Avenue. For those of you who may have seen it in December, Hampton Avenue did a nice little Christmas special. We really did it let's be honest, we really did it for ourselves. We miss singing.
It was completely
together.
indulgent.
It was
Yep.
completely indulgent. We miss singing together so much.
Yes.
The two of us, Debbie Fleming and Basso Profundo Tom Lillington, that we said, can we just make a heads and boxes video or something? And that blossomed into a little 16-minute mini concert of our favorite Christmas tunes.
That's right.
Which was an annual tradition. So Debbie, so glad to see you. And yes, we love Edinburgh. In fact, I believe that a couple of our regulars are people who first saw us in Edinburgh.
I
and
think
they're
you're
watching
right.
from all over the world.
Indeed.
Speaking of all over the world, where are we going next?
We're going to the land of Crowded House.
The land of crowd. Oh, and when was the last time we performed this one, Suba? Let's see if we can remember this.
Again, I think we did it once, only once. It's just a 2-voice piece, very, very simple, very beautiful. If you know the song, please, it's another sing-along, wave your hands, kind of beautiful song. There's a lot of
type
freedom.
the lyrics in the chat really, really fast, because
That's
we're going
right.
to be working hard to remember how we put this tune together. So a lot of ESP, Suba.
Do we start with the verse? Is that how it goes?
Yes, we do.
All right, great. Okay, I'm good, I think.
Best of luck to us.
Yes, indeed. Okay.
1, 2, 1.
Walking around the room singing stormy weather on 57 Mount Pleasant Street. Well, it's the same room, but everything's different. You can fight the sleep, but not the dream. Things ain't cooking in our kitchen. Strange affliction wash over me. Julius Caesar and the Roman Empire couldn't conquer the blue sky. Everywhere you go,
everywhere you go,
you always take the weather with you. Everywhere you go,
everywhere you go,
you always take the weather.
You always take the weather
Everywhere
with
you go,
everywhere you go,
you always take the weather with you. Everywhere you go, you always take the weather with you. There's a small boat that's made of china, going nowhere on the mantelpiece. Will I lie like a lounge room lizard? Will I sing like a bird released? Things ain't cooking in my kitchen. Strange affliction wash over me. Julius Caesar and the Roman Empire couldn't conquer the blue sky. Everywhere you go,
everywhere you go,
you always take the weather with you. Everywhere you go,
everywhere you go,
you always take the weather.
You always take the weather
Everywhere
with
you go,
everywhere you go,
you always take the weather with you. Everywhere you go, you always take the weather.
Always take the weather.
Always take the weather.
Always take the weather.
Everywhere you go,
everywhere you go,
you always take the weather with you. Everywhere you go,
everywhere you go,
you always take the weather.
always take the weather
Everywhere
with
you go,
everywhere you go,
you always take the weather with you. Everywhere you go, you always take the weather with you. All right. Woo! Victory. That's such a fun song. And yeah, do listen to the original. It's really beautiful. The video's lots of fun too. That's Crowded House, Weather with You. And
I think we're staying in Australia, are we?
we are staying in Australia, in fact, although this one is representing both Australia and the UK, in fact.
That's right. We're starting with a family group that started out in the Isle of Man. and moved their way down to Australia before they moved to America to make a lot of their big records. This group has been around for a long time, or had been long before they came out with that big record that I remember when I was a kid growing up. That came out around 1977, 1978, something like that.
Too.
That's right.
Me too.
And the story we love to tell about this one is that we were reading the origins of this, and they said there's this really funky rhythm that starts at the beginning of the tune, and they said that sort of funky rhythm, this that thing was inspired by this bumpy sound of going over the bridge heading into New York City to record. And they put out a lot of great disco funk tunes, but this is probably actually my favorite of them.
Mine as well.
Sing along if you recognize this one. Here's a little Bee Gees for you.
Definitely dance along too.
You're gonna take away my energy with all your jive talking. You're telling me lies, jive talking. You wear a disguise. Well, baby, nobody believes what you say, 'cause all your jive talking just gets in the way. Here we go. Oh, child, you're so good, treating me so cruel. There you go with your fancy lies, leaving me looking like a dumbstruck fool. Clap your hands now. Jive talking, you tell me lies, yeah. Jive talking, you wear a disguise. Oh, jive talking, don't misunderstood, yeah. Jive talking, you just ain't no good now, baby. Jive talking is all very fine. Oh, jive talking just isn't a crime. Well, if there's somebody you're up to you die, then all that jive talking just gets in your eye now. Oh, jive talking, you're telling me lies. Jive talking, you wear a disguise. Oh, jive talking, so misunderstood, yeah. Jive talking, you just ain't no good now.
I see colors. I'm seeing colors.
Colors, man.
Colors, man.
Far out.
Amazing, amazing. So much fun. We hope you are singing along and dancing along. There's nothing like it at any time of your life, but especially in times where we need to find some sort of sweet release for whatever reason, whether it's, world news that's not so great and is quite grim, to, just everyday life. Be singing, be dancing. Celia, I know you're here, one of our wonderful supporters and a dear friend who's also in my city choir, which is a community choir open to all. So if, especially this year, with our online choir rehearsals, so do check that out, citychoir.ca. But Celia, I mentioned you because I saw something on that you posted on Facebook. It's possible that other people posted it as well, but you had a really, speaking of singing and dancing and making sure that you have hot water running on you and also all the other wonderful things, taking daily walks, amazing sort of meditations for a person, or whether it's for, in order to help depression and, mental health and that sort of thing. I really feel like a lot of what was said in that post was just a way of living and a way of being, a way of breathing and a way of experiencing life. And just to bring it back here, I feel like singing and dancing along is what we're able to do in this space for this hour, not just for you or to you, but with you. So please do be singing along, be dancing along, grooving along, whatever it is you need to do. Shout it from the rooftop. Times are hard, and we find whatever ways we can in order to solve or resolve issues.
That's right. We find the connections where we can. And one of the things that we've realized about this sort of live stream thing that we're putting on is that it's become less of a concert and more of a gathering. And so you're noticing how many people are off to the side having chats. We have actually a couple of other members of the Swingles.
Wow,
Joe's husband, former Swingle Willie, is watching. Hi, Willie.
Hi, Willie.
And John Smith has been watching as well.
John, lovely.
John was doing this awesome thing on Facebook, people, called the 12 Riffs of Christmas. And he would just sing a Christmas carol, and it was just so freaking gorgeous.
So beautiful.
Just him singing solo, really simple. And then every once in a while, he'd put on this mind-blowing, multi-boxed, awesome arrangement. John is not only a fantastic singer, but he's an incredible arranger. And we feel honored to have these people with everybody here. We have managed to find a crowd of people from as far away as the UK, Germany, Italy, Africa, Australia.
Yeah.
And that brings up another point, which is for those of us who are in Australia or China, it's really hard to watch us. We've had a couple of moms who get up at 6 a.m., which is when our show is actually on in Australia. And we have decided to add sort of what we're going to call FreePlay International, which means we're going to rebroadcast each week what is about Sunday at 7 a.m. our time, which will be Sunday at noon in the UK,
Right.
1 p.m. in Central Europe,
Right.
and I believe that puts us at 7 p.m. in China, 8 p.m. in Taiwan, and possibly 9 p.m. or something like that in Australia. So
Right.
an opportunity for you guys to see us in less than cruel and unusual time frames.
For some, yes.
In addition to that, all our shows are archived on our YouTube channel, which you'll see the information right down there.
That's right.
Which means that if you saw some of the show, if you showed up late, if you had to leave early, if you just want to see it again, every single show is up there. There's a playlist called FreePlay Fridays at 4, and we would love for you to check it out. For those of you who are new to this, this is like finding an old TV show that everybody watched before you, and you've got backloads and backloads of back episodes to watch. We have 27 other episodes for you to watch if this is your first episode. So please consider
We've just given
given
you your TV schedule for the next month. Maybe.
That's right. And people have been saying, which I think we also agree as well, is in these times where everything is just suspended, it's kind of nice to have a regular thing happening at a regular time. FreePlay Fridays at 4. We will be doing this for the next little while, and we want you to keep joining us.
Somebody called it their COVID calendar, but I'm gonna steer away from that and just say some semblance of normalcy. Hopefully we can give you that. And Swingles, Joe, Willie, John, if you have anything else going on, be it a Swingles project or like the Riffmas thing that John put out
Willie's
recently.
probably making some prosciutto
He
right
probably is. Amazing chef. My goodness, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. But please do. We encourage you all, not just the ones that we're shouting out to right now, but if you have something going on artistically, this is our community. We're creating community here. This is our time to support each other. So please put a link in or something to let us know where to find you and where to experience your beautiful art.
All right. We are reaching the penultimate song of our show. Because we were in Australia most recently, naturally the most logical place to go after this is probably Norway.
Yes.
We've had tours that have actually worked this way, so what can you say? So we are going to give you a little bit of Edvard Grieg. Fun fact, we performed this song at Adelaide in Adelaide Fringe.
That's right.
And the Australians seem to love Grieg. We said, we're going to do this piece by Edvard Grieg, and one guy in the back went, Grieg! We love Grieg! We're like, wow.
Yeah. He rocked out on
He loved it.
Grieg. It was amazing. I love that.
This piece, as many of our other pieces came, it was inspired by some repertoire requests, which was somebody said, we want to do sort of a jazzed up classical type of thing. Those in the Swingles have been doing this for the last 50-odd years. So you know what we're doing. We're going to take a piece from
The Peer Gynt Suite.
Yes, we're going to make it a lot shorter and with less dancing.
Less orchestra, less ballet.
And we're going to jazz it up just a little bit.
That's right.
This is Anitra's Dance.
Swing it.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Grieg!
Grieg. Anitra's Dance, Edvard Grieg. And we're going to take you for our last piece to none other than India. And this is another dance tune. If you know the tune, sing along. If you don't, dance along. And if you don't feel like doing either of those things, what else can they do?
What else can they do?
You could make some chai and samosas and enjoy those. That would be appropriate.
Go watch a 4-hour-long Bollywood film.
Yes, you could do that. Make a whole lot
We
of
have
popcorn.
time now for this now.
It's true. This is a piece called Chaya Chaya, and it's from a movie called Dil Se, which is a really amazing movie from the mid-late 90s. And this song, like many other Bollywood songs, is extremely melodramatic. Every Bollywood movie has about 15 or 16 song and dance numbers. And these song and dance numbers have nothing to do with advancing the plot of the movie, generally speaking. It's just there for the pure joy of it, the pure release of singing and dancing and having something of a fantasy moment. It's like a little dream sequence. But they have about 15 or 16 of them, each one being about, 10 minutes long. So that's why these movies are 4 hours. But worth it just for the experience of doing that and experiencing it. So again, this is Chaya Chaya, which means come, let us walk in the shade. जिनके सरहा इश्क की छाँव पाँव के नीचे जन्नत होगी जिनके सरहा इश्क की छाँव
Challa chaya 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 challa chaya 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 challa chaya chaya chaya
challa chaya 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 challa chaya 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 challa chaya chaya chaya
Sari ishq ki chaw chal chaya chaya chali ishq ki chaw chal chaya Paul dala to chale chal chaya chaya Paul dala to chale chal chaya
challa chaya 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 challa chaya 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 challa chaya chaya chaya
वो यार है जो सिबू की तरह जिसकी जुबान उर्दू की तरह मेरे शार नात मेरे कायनात वो यार मेरा सैया सैया चल चैया 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 वो यार है जो खुशबू की तरह जिसकी जुबान और दिल की तरह मेरे शान रात मेरे कायनात वो यार मेरा सैया सैया चल चैया 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 चल चैया 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 सारे इश्क की चाव चल चैया चैया सारे इश्क की चाव चल चैया पाँव जाना तो चले चल चैया चैया पाँव जाना तो चले चल चैया चल चैया 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 चल चैया 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 चल चैया 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 चल चैया 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 चल चैया 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 चल चैया 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 चल चैया 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 चल चैया 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 चल चैया चैया चैया
Yes, we hope you enjoyed that. We certainly enjoyed ourselves. Thank you so much once again for being with us. You've been listening to Dylan Bell.
And this is Suba Shankran.
Thank you so very much. We are, I know people say it a lot, we're in this together, but we really feel it during these shows. So thank you once again for being with us. We love you. Be safe, be healthy, be well, and be good to yourselves and to others.
And we'll remind you that this show is being held every Friday at 4 Eastern Standard Time. You can see the information. We are doing this as a pay what you can. We would love for you to help us out. It is not necessary, but it is appreciated.
That's right.
And regardless, we hope you will join the party next week and the week after that and the week after that until we can all go outside and play again. Thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be happy, be kind to each other, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.